Hello everyone and welcome to the online lecture series by Shet Vidya Mandir English High School and Junior College of Science and Commerce. Myself Jayesh Rajgur, and today we are going to study chapter number 7, National Income. My dear students, in the previous video lecture we have studied about index number and constructions of index number. In this chapter we are going to study a macroeconomic concept called as national income. In the previous video lectures, we have studied chapters like demand analysis, which are very important from the board exam perspective. National income is yet another important chapter from the board exam perspective. It is a macroeconomic concept and thus is of utmost importance. We are here not studying about individual incomes or individual firms and factories. We are studying about a national income. National income is one of the most important subject matter of macroeconomics. The national economy comprises of all firms and factories, shops and markets, banks and financial institutions, various departments and their offices, etc. So, there are various economic activities going on in our nation. A composite measure of all economic activities such as production, distribution, exchange and consumption is mostly constituted in the national income. Also, it is an objective indicator of economic welfare of the people in the country. So, in this way, my dear students, it is very clear that national income is a macro concept and thus it is a composite measure of all economic activities, which is production, distribution, exchange, and consumption. Also, with this, it is also an economic indicator of welfare of the people in the country. Let us now understand the core meaning of national income in detail. My dear students, the modern economy is money economy. Hence, national income of a country is expressed in terms of money. It is very important that you understand this fact that whenever we talk about national income, we are expressing it in terms of money. National income cannot be expressed in liters or kgs. It will be always expressed in terms of money because it has monetary value. The total income of the nation is called national income, and thus in real terms, my dear students, national income is the flow of goods and services produced in an economy during a year. A very important line. You need to underline this, my dear students, and write it down properly. In real terms, national income is the flow of goods and services. Yes, my dear students, flow of goods and services produced in an economy during a year. Moving further, let us now understand the definitions of national income. In our textbook, we have in all three important definitions of national income. The first one here is by National Income Committee. The National Income Committee was appointed by the Government of India in August 1949 with Professor Mahalanobis as chairman, Professor D.R. Gadgil and Dr. V.K.R.V. Rao as the members. So what exactly they told us? They guided us with the actual definition of national income. A national estimate measures the volume of commodities and services turned out during a given period counted without duplication. So in this definition they stress that it is all about the volume of commodities, that is the quantity of commodities, or we can say the final goods and services that are produced in a given period of time counted without duplication. This line is very important. We don't need to count intermediate goods. If we count them, we will end up getting a larger national income estimate, and thus it should be counted without duplication. Let us now have a look at another definition given by Professor A.C. Pigou. National dividend is that part of objective income of the community, including of course income derived from abroad, which can be measured in money. Yes, my dear students, Professor A.C. Pigou says that national dividend is the objective income of our community, which includes the income which is derived from exports and imports. So somewhere or the other it is of course including income derived from abroad, which can be measured in money. Moving further, let us now also understand the definition given to us by Professor Fisher. National dividend or income consists solely of services as received by ultimate consumers, whether from their material or from their human environments. So, my dear students, it is important that Professor Fisher is showing us the consumer oriented definition of national income. Here, he clearly states that national dividend is nothing but solely as services received by ultimate consumers, whether from their material or from their human environments. So, in this way, my dear students, we are clear with the meaning and definition of national income. Let us now understand national income further in detail with the help of features of national income. Yes, my dear students. The first point itself clearly states that national income is a macroeconomic concept. Yes, my dear students, as initially I said, we are not studying about individual income or individual households. Here, we are talking about the whole country, the nation's income. Thus, we include all the commercial activities in it. National income represents income of the economy as a whole rather than that of an individual, and hence it is a macroeconomic concept. Moving further, let us now study the next point. This says value of final goods and services. Yes, as we know, if we have a problem of double counting, our national income estimates is increased. So, it is very important that we include only value of final goods and services. In order to avoid double counting in national income, the value of final goods and services are to be included, which are produced in the economy during a year. The value of intermediate goods or raw materials is not considered. A very important line. Please underline, my dear students, and write it down that the value of intermediate goods or raw materials is not considered. For example, while estimating the production of shirts, there is no need to take the value of cotton, as it is already included in the price of shirts. So in this way, my dear students, you can understand that only and only value of final goods and services are to be added. Moving towards the next point, here we understand the net aggregate value. Yes, my dear students, national income is the net aggregate value. You might have heard about the terms gross and net. Gross is the full amount or the final amount, but net is not included depreciation. So here national income includes net value of goods and services produced and does not include depreciation, that is the cost of wear and tear of capital assets. Let us now understand the next point, net income from abroad. Yes, my dear students, we just studied about the definition given to us by Professor Pigu, which states that income of the community is also from abroad, that is the difference between export value and import value, and net difference between receipts from abroad and payments made abroad. So in this way, national income also includes net income from abroad. Moving further, the fifth point states financial year. Yes, my dear students, it is important that national income estimates are calculated in a financial year. National income is always expressed with the reference to a time period. In India, it is from 1st April to 31st March. The next point is a very easy one. It states flow concept. As we studied in the meaning of national income is a flow concept, as it shows flow of goods and services produced in the economy during a year. Lastly, national income is money value. Yes, my dear students, as I said, national income cannot be expressed in liters or kgs. It has to be expressed in monetary terms. National income is always expressed in monetary terms, as it represents only those goods and services which are exchanged for money. So in this way, my dear students, in today's video lecture, we have studied about the meaning, the definitions and the features of national income. So we conclude that National income is one of the important subject matter of macroeconomics. The national economy comprises of all firms and factories, shops and markets, banks and financial institutions, various departments and their offices, etc. National income is a composite measure of all economic activities such as production, distribution, exchange and consumption, but is also an objective indicator of economic welfare. So in this way, my dear students, we complete the features, meaning and definition of national income. In the next video lecture, we'll study some more answers from national income. Till then, stay safe, stay connected. Thank you very much.